Hello everyone and welcome to my coloring corner. I hope you are all having a wonderful Saturday. Hi Leslie, hi Ashley, Davissa, Dawn, Dion, Wickabella, Dee. Hello everyone. All right. So how is everyone today? I know we're starting a little bit early. Oh my goodness, I got a chill. I'm always cold. It's really starting to get annoying. So, we have two books left in the Mystic Lands of Ushana that we haven't colored in yet. And I've chosen some pictures that are not mushroom related because I don't want to do any more mushrooms. Aw, Wickabella. That's good to hear that you're doing good, Dion. I am here. So we did this one, the Purveyor of Potions, and that is the one we did in the Mystic Lands of Kelswitch. And then in this Mystic Lands of Kelswitch, I did this one to test out my watercolors. And we did this one, which of course we finished yesterday. And they're all in there. Ashley. She said she wanted to be a grumpy one. Hey there, Pamela. No shroomy shrooms. No. Oh, I've got lots of books. So yes, lots of good mushrooms, but we're not going to do mushrooms today. So in the Mystical Lands collections, there are three books to each set. So there's the Mystical Lands of Kelswitch, the Mystical Lands of Ushana, and the Mystical Lands of Christmas. I think that's what it's called. I've got them on the shelf back there, but we're not going to color Christmas. So the one we did in the Mystical Lands of Ushana was this one here. And that was the first one we did. So we did the Fairy Glade. We did the cover page. Well, I did the cover page. The Merry Mushroom Meetup. And we did the Purveyor of Potions. So those are the ones that I've done so far. And we've got one more week, and then Karen Myers will come and visit us, which will be cool. I can't wait. Okay, so we have two books left, The Mystical Lands of Ushana, Unlocking the Mysteries, and Journey to the Hidden Places. So let's start with this one. So let's first of all do a poll of book 2 or book 3. There we go. So we'll do a poll and we'll figure out which book, and then we'll look at the pages that I've got selected and we'll select a page. Just for the fun of it. Hey there, Crashes. So we'll decide on that. Let's look through this one while we're deciding. So we've got the map, we've got the outpost, we've got the falls, underwater, little tree house, mushroom village. I like the slide. And the hideout, Glenstone Colony, Harmony Hollow, and Honeycomb Hill, Lambrook Citadel, Midnight Pass, the Mist Meadow Treehouse, the Mullenshire Homes, the Mystical Cove Landing, on I think this is Knoll Point Manor, Northwood Camp, Peace Valley Acres, Pumpkin Pie Sweet Shop, the Secret Shadows Mining Company, Snowshire Slopes, Spirit Highlands Hamlet, the Tonic Shop, Thornmire Cottage, Wonderland Village, and that's the end of that book. And then, hi Donna. I know. I'm trying. And then in this one, we have Fairy Tree of Zon, Dragonfly Cottage, Castle Orman, Tree of Destiny. Looks like kind of a horrible place to be. And Spirit Mountain, South Forest Root Maze, House of Mystic Lake, the Village of Lake Knoll, and North Mode Circle, the Wizard's House, Wedding Feast at Bonn, Heartgourd House, Log House of Lem, Tin Roof Cottage, Gate of Eternity, Agamork, Treehouse of Tor, the Bed and Breakfast. It's Lapis Highlands Bed and Breakfast. And the pages don't want to turn. The Rainbow Bridge, the Berry House by the Bay, and the Iron Works, Boomar Iron Works, Tiny Folk Tunnels, Twins of South Forest, and that's the end of that book. I've been playing with them. And the artist has actually a little blurb in the front of the book that tells you how to pronounce the names. I think it's in book 1. I still need 2 more. I need the Mystical Lands of Kelswitch 3 and the Christmas one, the 3rd Christmas one that came out this year. Yes, I do. So, I'm going to let that go for a couple seconds longer. Hi, Alex. Awesome. Well, enjoy your time on the coast. I just make it up as I go along. If it's wrong, oops. Tammy? In case she can't hear, well, she can't hear me, but I don't know if the closed captioning worked or not. All right, Alex. Have fun. Oh no. Oh, Dion. Oh my goodness. My hands are chilly. Okay, so I'm just going to finish the poll and we'll see. Yeah, I didn't think so. I have to figure out how to make it work for. Okay, so it looks like book 2. So we'll put this one away and we'll flip through the ones I have marked for book 2. I have to figure out how to make that work. So we've got the Fairy Tree of Zon. So I'm going to do a poll for these. So let's do this first. So we have the Fairy Tree of Zon. I think I spelt it wrong. Yeah, I did. There, that's better. And we have the Spirit Mountain. And the Lapis Highlands Bed and Breakfast. I'm just going to put bed and breakfast. And I know I'm giving you way too many choices. I'm going to just put Rainbow Bridge for this one. And one more. Oh, no, it'll only give me 4. So the one that wins will have to go against the Ironworks. So we'll figure out from this book. The Purveyor of Potions is the first one the one of the first ones we did. It's the one with all the bright colors. This one here, I think. Let's see. Nope, this one. I'll find it. This is the Purveyor of Potions. I have been seeing her colorings, and it's just so pretty. She did a much better job than I did. So that's in this one. Alright, so we'll let that go for a little bit. I just get them all Wicca. That's what I did. And then they came out with new ones and I didn't get those. All right. So it seems the bed and breakfast is winning so far. So everybody make sure you get your votes in. So right now this one is in the lead. Of course well, I have a problem. It's it's called full set syndrome. I have to have them all. I don't enable. Choo choo. Okay. Okay, so let's see how many votes. So we've got 14 votes, 15 viewers. So we've got one non-vote. So that's okay. Nope, I have no shame. You are correct. Yes, it is, but it's a little bit thicker. Um, Sort of like the Christine Caron books. All right, so we're going to end this poll, and then we're going to do one more. Hi, Dee. I'm missing. Hello. Okay, so it seems bed and breakfast won that one. So let's do bed and breakfast against, so it's this one against this one, because this one didn't get on the poll. So the ironworks. Because I chose too many pictures. I'll know better next time. Hey there, Della. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so ironworks or bed and breakfast, which is in here somewhere. So this one or this one? Della! You guys are all so cute. Okay, so we've got 13 votes. We've got 3 votes that are not counted. So if you want to get your votes in, if you want the ironworks, you have to click on the ironworks. I know it's hard to do on the phone. All right. So that's 14. Final couple of seconds to get your vote in. And I'm going to call it. And it seems to be the bed and breakfast. 71% for the bed and breakfast. So that is the one we're going to do. Okay, so let's do that this way so we know it's the one that won. So that's the one we're going to color. Now the hard part. Pencils. So we have the Jazz Art colored pencils that were sent to me from, um, oh goodness, brain doesn't want to work now. A friend of mine sent them to me, so they're, where's the swatch? This is the swatch for them. So that's the Jazz Art. You are a winner. Yes, there's only one mushroom, and I'm just going to color it like a mushroom. So we have the Jazz Art to work with, or the Phoenix Color student grade. And here is the color swatch for those. I chose this set because I haven't used them a lot, and yeah, the Jazz Art I haven't used in a picture at all, and but these ones I haven't used a lot. And then we have the Colleen's that I got for Christmas because I haven't used these at all. So these are the Colleen's. And there's the swatch chart for those. So we'll do a poll. And we've got Colleen, Jazz Art, and Student Phoenix. Oh, an X would work. There we go. Okay, so we'll do that poll and then we'll get started coloring because I got things to color. So we've got the Colleen, the Phoenix Color, or the Jazz Art. They're from New Zealand. Brain just kicked in. So, yes, everyone is a winner. So, those are the ones that we're going to use. Thank you, Wickabella. I appreciate that. And these are the Colleen. Ooh, itchy foot. Oh, goodness. So let's see how many votes. So we need 4 more votes. And then we have a full house. So we have the Colleen, the Jazz Art, or the Student Phoenix color. You guys are all so quiet this morning. Well, thank you, Wicca. I appreciate that. You can change it. You need coffee. I think I do too. Oh no! Ashley, that's not good. The poll is which color pencils we're going to use. The Jazz Art from New Zealand, the Phoenix Color Student, or the Colleen. And hello, Elizabeth. Awesome. Ick. Oh no. Well, right now, Jazz Art is winning. All right. No, her husband's driving. Yep, exactly. That is very true. All right. So, let's take a look. I think we're going to stop the vote. We're ending the poll. Get your last vote in. In the poll. All right, so the poll is finished. And so the Phoenix color seemed to have won. So we will be using the Phoenix color student, which is easy ones, and those ones. All right. Okay, so here's our colored pencils. So these Phoenix color are a student grade pencil, but they're quite nice. They come in a little box. It stands up all on its own because of the top. So we're going to put those over there. And we're going to put this over there. And we're going to do this here. Yeah, the Colleens are a um, one that has recently come into the U.S. Um, the friend that sent me the jazz art told me about the Colleens. Oh dear. I'll I'll pull Tuscan red and dark green out of my set and send it with your frog. Oh, chill, chill, chill. Okay, so I'm going to switch over to the close-up camera and we'll get started on I think a little bit of daffodil. The great thing about these pencils is they do have English names on them, which is good. So I'm going to start on the plaster work. Putting in the dark areas. Getting that shadow in there. Yeah. Numbers of what? I don't know what numbers you're looking for, Wicca. They've got color names and color numbers. So on here, they've got the color name. So they've got daffodil. And then they've got a color number here. Yes. Yes, they do have both. So I'm just going through with the daffodil, which is number 106. And some of those areas where it's going to be darker. Now I do like these just as much as the fancy dancy ones. These are less less pencils in the set because the fancy dancy ones go up to 100. Now these ones go up to 72. They have the English names and numbers on the barrel. They're a little bit harder, but they're just as smooth, if that makes sense. Okay. Now we're going to take this one, which is cream, number 101. And we're just going to fill in the edges here. And they lay down a lot of color. They're very, very well pigmented. Hi, Ruthie. Welcome, welcome. Okay, and then we're going to take our white. And we're just going to blend that together a little bit in the front. like so. And put those back. Now we're going to grab some brick colors. So we need this one and that one. So should be this one. Nope. Went one too far over. So it should be that. I'll keep that one out too. Okay, so I'm going to be using burnt sienna and caramel, which are this color here and this color here, and a little bit of almond, which is this color here. Yes. I do color with other things. I color with water, I color with markers, I color with gel pens. Every Tuesday, I step out of the comfort zones and use things like last week I used water, the week before I used gel. This week I might do a little bit with oil pastels. You know, different little things that I don't use very often, but I do use. Okay, so that's all sharpened up. So we're going to start with caramel, our shadowy areas. And I'm going to go in with almond because these areas are so small. And a little bit of this. I might need a, yeah, that's fine. I was thinking I might need a bit more brown red, but I think this will work. Oh no! Poor Jeremy. Sleepy babies. And you never want to wake them, especially when they've just got off work. I could yell, he'll wake up. Well, hurry back, Dion. Oh no! Now you're stuck. That's okay. I'll even try to talk a little louder, but I don't know how well that will work. So I'm going back and forth between the burnt sienna, the almond, and the caramel. The burnt sienna is a lighter reddish color, and then I put the darker reddish color of the caramel in the shadowy areas, and then the almond in the middle where the light's going to hit. Because again, this picture has no obvious light source that is on other than down here, and that will only circumference here. So we make ourselves the light source. And because I am so bright, it shows up. Now I'm going to grab uh, ripe brown. Interesting color name. But it is number 167, and it's ripe brown. All right, now we're going to do around the windows. I'm just going through with the burnt sienna and doing the edges. And then I'm going to go through with the caramel. Just trying to make sure I get the darkest areas. Make sure that you guys can see what I'm doing. I have a tendency not to look up at the camera sometimes, so I don't know always that I'm on where I'm supposed to be. Hi, Jennifer. Welcome, welcome. Ooh, have fun. I hope you enjoy yourself. Be safe. And all that fun stuff. Needed a people break, huh? I know that feeling. All right. Awesome. You'll have to come into Discord and show us later. Eek, that's cold. Burr. Don't like burr. Just adding a little bit more of the burnt sienna, just to give the shadows a little bit more red, darkness, color. Yeah. Make it all pretty. Then a little bit more almond, just to blend in the edge. This one. Now I'm going back into it with the burnt sienna again. And a little bit of the caramel. And then the almond. I have a tendency to go back and forth until I get it to the way I want it. These pencils really don't need the layering. You can definitely just lay down, which is great. So I put down the caramel, the almond. Now I'm going to put down the burnt sienna. And this one here is getting closer to that light. So I'm just going to put the burnt sienna a little bit down, because this light is going to light up a little bit up here. So that last one is going to have a bit of really light color. So we're just going to not put as much of the darker colors into it. Like that. Hi, Elizabeth. Oh, these are oil based. Sorry. Hi, Terry Lynn. That's who I'm saying hi to. Oh dear. Yeah, that was my downfall. Alright, so once again with the caramel. Alright, Jennifer, have fun. And then these ones are going to start being darker as we go up, because the light is going to be hitting there. So we put down the caramel. We're going to put down the almond. And we're going to be putting down the burnt sienna. Like that. How are you doing, Terry Lynn? Almond, and then the burnt sienna. And I want a little bit more of the caramel. And blend it in with the almond. It didn't work. I don't know what's going on with that. I told it not to expire, but it seems to decided to that it's just going to expire. So I'll just get a new one. Hopefully that works. Alright, so the caramel. Yes, it does. Well, I'm glad you're feeling a bit better today. I've missed you. So I'm going through with the caramel. Getting those dark areas. Yay! Okay. Now I'm just going over it with the almond and then the burnt sienna. And a little bit more of the caramel up here at the top. Because there's going to be some light come out of the windows. Since this is lit, that tells me those windows are going to have light coming out. So the edges back here are going to be darker than the edges there, if that makes sense. Okay. Get that in there. And then over it with the burnt sienna. And a little bit more of the almond. Blend that all together. Would you try that? I have it set so that that does not ever expire, so I don't know why it keeps on saying that. Let me see. No, that's not what I wanted to do. I'll have to look at it later. It's not supposed to ever expire. I don't know why it does. I'll have to have Bob look at it. And then we're going to come down here with the caramel. Make sure that we leave a little bit of lightness there. Try not to color the leaves. Then the almond. And the burnt sienna. So we do have voice chat rooms in the Discord. So feel free to join any of them. If there's nobody in there, if you join into it, you're pretty much guaranteed that somebody's going to join you sooner or later. Okay, so there's our top floor all started. Let's grab us some light brown. So this is honey. And some chocolate. Chocolate. There's some chocolate. And the caramel. Alright. So we're going to do the wood frames on the windows. So we're going to start with some caramel. And then we're going to go to honey. And we're going to do honey on the edges where that light's going to be hitting it. We can also put a little bit on the brick if we want it to be standing out with a little bit more yellow. Like that. And then we're going to take our chocolate and we're just going to do the areas that aren't going to get very much light. Alright, now we're going to take a little bit of ice blue. Make sure I don't have anything on the page. And I'm going to put just a smidge around the edge to show a window. And then need this one. So this one's called Moonlight. I'm just going to fill in the windows. The light color. Then we'll go a little bit darker. This one is just straight yellow. In the center areas. Like so. Now if we wanted to, just to add that extra bit of yellow onto the edges here, just to show that that window is putting out light, we can do that. Now we're going to do this one over here. And I'm going to this one because it's for oil. I'm just going to blend that together a little bit. Did that second link work, Donna? Okay, so once again, going in with caramel. Getting all the window frame areas. And in with the honey. I'm going to just grab a little tiny bit of this yellow. The honey works good, but it's just doesn't have the bright. So put a little bit of yellow in it. And then we're going to use the chocolate just in those darker areas there, like that. Then we're going to take ice blue. Do the window edge. And moon yellow. Once again, this one's called Moonlight. So it's a very pale yellow. Then we're going to grab yellow. And just work out from the center, leaving a little bit of that moonlight at the edge. Like so. Then we can take our blender pencil. Just had to make sure I didn't have any schmutz on it. These don't need to be blended, but if you have a little bit of a harder edge on something, it does break it down nice and eliminate that hard line, which is great. There we go. So there is the start of our bed and breakfast. Okay, so we're going to do this top part here. I'm going to take a sip of coffee first. So this area here is more of a wood, where this is more of a plaster. So we'll be doing some wood grain type of colors on there. And this one here is painted, so we'll do some painting from there up. And little wood there. Might do little stones so that they blend in to the stonework. And that sort of thing. And any pencils that you feel like using. So if somebody wants to let Emmy know that you just use any pencils that have a good amount of the same colors. I do find that the Sharpierer Farben do have a lot of the same colors. They're fairly close to the same colors. So that might work for you. All right. I don't know why I'm not getting a chat. Hold on a sec. I don't know why I don't have chat. So very strange. I can't even scroll. There we go. Okay. Sorry, guys. My chat wasn't moving. Okay, so sorry about that. My chat was frozen. So the pencils are comparable to the Sharpie Farben. Sorry about that. Um, I don't know why my chat was frozen like that. Sorry, guys. We need a buzzer. Yes. I don't know why things just decide suddenly not to like me. So they're not like the polys. They're a little bit softer than the polys. Yeah, the Sharpier Farben. It is spelt like that. Do have a lot of the same color names and that sort of thing. I wasn't in the zone. It just didn't want to move. It said, nope, we're just going to do whatever, nothing. All right, so we're going to do the wood here. And we're going to start with, not that one, maybe. Yeah. So we're going to start with honey. And we're just going to base coat it. So I'm just putting a very light first coat, basically of paint on the wood. Yeah, no, I was, but I kept on looking up and it's like nobody's chatting. What's wrong with this? It's like, goodness, you guys are quiet. What the heck? I'm starting to wonder if anybody was actually here. Turns out my chat says, yeah, nobody's here. Chat was froze. This one is in the Mystical Lands of Ushana, Book 2. Yeah, just thought you guys had left me all. So I'm going through now with caramel and just starting to add some of the detail. It's not going to be the darkest detail color, but it'll be the start. Yeah. Ah, sure. If I was just, ignoring you all, you might. I wasn't ignoring you, although it probably seemed like I was. Sorry about the turn of the book, but I can only reach so far. Yeah, first my phone yesterday, and I think my mechanical and electronic and computerized things are all trying to tell me to go back to bed. We need a vacation. Just stop. Exactly. It's like, why are you guys so quiet? All right. Come over onto this side. And these are just the start colors. These are not going to be the main colors. We'll be adding some darks in there and some age on the wood. Maybe a little bit of gray, just to give it that weathered appearance. Although it is a bed and breakfast, it could be brand new wood. Okay, now we're going to use a little bit of ripe brown because, I'm going to go around the nail holes with it because it's a nice dark weathered kind of color. Has a little bit of gray in it, which is good. If you've ever seen a nail that is put into wood and then rained on, you get these rings around the nails in that dark gray brown color from the metal in the wood. And since the rest of the building doesn't look new, I'm pretty sure this is weathered. Exactly. I was really starting to wonder. My sister has horrible timing. Call her back after stream. Alright, so there's the nail holes. Now we're going to take, I think we're going to take walnut. Where is walnut? There it is. We're going to take walnut first and then we'll put in some chocolate. I am going to be using some ink tints in February. You can come on the channel and show me how to use them. So I'm going down the edge with the walnut, just darkening that edge. And extending that out into the wood. Two. I own two watercolor books. Like I said, watercolor is out of my comfort zone. So we're going to be delving into an area that I don't delve into very often in February. But yes, I do have two watercolor books, and I do have a few books that have thicker paper, and I do have some watercolor paper that we'll be using as well. So I'm just putting in little flicks here to put in those dark veins in the wood. When we come up to the edges, I'm dragging that color out into the panel. Like that. All right, Donna, have a good day. You own the ink tints. Those are kind of watercolor, aren't they? Yeah, I'll be using some watercolor paint. I'll also be using some watercolor pencils and some water-based markers and gel crayons and pretty much anything that you can add water to, whether it be ink tints or gel crayons or paint or paint pencils or brush pens, pretty much anything that takes water. Okay, so we've got the walnut in there. Let's take a little bit of chocolate and we'll start the process all over again. Just putting in some little marks, dirtying up the wood. Once we get all the striations and the wood tones in, I'm going to go over it with a bit of a gray just to get that weathered look. Come down here and make it a little bit darker on that edge. And around the window. Like so. I think that's pretty close. What do you think, guys? Does it look like wood paneling? Yes, exactly. Yes, you need to put it on both sides. Yes, keep intense in February. Okay, so I'm going to take a gray. Let's do moon gray because it's a fairly light one. And we're just going to go over it and weather the wood, so to speak. So we're going to weather this part of the wood, and then we're going to take a darker gray and weather the edges a little more. Like that. And then we're going to take this one, which is cinereous. Probably pronouncing that wrong. And just going to add some to where these joints come together, where that water's going to follow. So where there's gaps, you're going to have more water erosion. I know I'm getting way too technical, but that's just the way it is. Around the nail holes. Like so. And I could have just gone straight for the grays to do that grayed cedar look. But I kind of like having that wood, a little bit of wood color still under the graying of the wood, if that makes sense, because it didn't quite make sense to me just now. Don't think I said that correctly, but that's okay. Just to pre-warn anyone joining us over in Discord, the Discord is a no filters zone. I do have a filters required room, but I want people to be able to speak their minds and be themselves with no worry of chastising or shaming or anything like that. So please keep that in mind when you're in the live chat rooms, that it is a no filter zone. All right. Do a little bit more down here. And I think I'm going to do up here as well, because I'm going to do that area painted like I did for the um, plaster work here. So I'm just going to take the gray and I'm just going to put in some shadow areas that I will be covering with the lighter color, which will show as the shadows. Then we're going to go in with, I think we want something a little bit darker. Trying to think of the right color. This one. Yeah, so we're going to start with daffodil in the shadowy areas right over top of that gray and blend it in so that it gives it a really good shadow level. And then we're going to go in with canary, or maybe not, with yellow. That's the right combination. Like that. Then we'll go over it with cream and blend it all together. This area here we're going to do in cream. Like that. And we'll put a little tiny bit of tangerine in the little spots. Just to make it pretty. Alright, so that is the top part of the house so far. I'm going to switch over to the main screen. So, that is what we've got so far. What do you think? Oh, goodness. Okay, so far, that's what we got so far. What area do you want to work on now? It's 1:30. We've been in for an hour and 30, so we've got about 24 minutes left. Do you want to continue down here or do the chimney or finish up the roof line? The flower? Yeah, we can do that. We can do the mushroom. What did you do wrong? Uh-oh. You don't even know your own hashtag. Oh, Ashley, that's awesome. All right, so I've had votes for the flower. So we'll do some work on the flower here. So let's get some greens going. And this one. No. What green do I want there? So I've got some dark green and some pure green and a little bit of lime green. So we're going to start with our dark green on the leaves. So we're going to come down here and we're just going to put in our dark. Jen's going to yell at me because she wanted me to show her how to do this. And she's not here. And we're just following the shadow areas of the leaf. And then we're going to go in with the pure green, and we're going to do the same thing. And we're going to follow that dark area and just follow the shadow that created. All the way up the leaf. Bringing that into towards the center of each side of the leaf. Like that. So if Jen watches this back, she'll be able to figure it out. And then I'm going to go in with the lime, and I'm just going to fill it in, blending those three colors into one area. Now I also want to go in with something a little bit brighter, because on this side especially, because that lantern is going to give a bit of a light. So for that area, we're going to add a bit of lemon, like that. I'm just going to take a little bit more dark green down here. And just go back and forth a little bit until I have the shadow areas to my satisfaction. And the highlights are bright enough. Like so. Now we're going to come up the stalk here. So we're going to use the dark green all the way up the stalk. And a little bit on the edge there. Then we're going to use our pure green. And just bring that into little areas, leaving some areas open for that light green. So this is lime green. And then we're going to take the pure green and go up the thin stalks. Like that. And a little bit of the dark green and just blend it in. Okay, like so. So it's pure green, lime green, dark green, and lemon yellow is what I used in that leaf. In the stem, I've used pure green, lime green, and dark green. Now I've got the dark green. Awesome. Welcome, welcome. And get those shadows in there. Remember, you've got a curve here, so this part here is going to be shadowed. And then we're going to take our pure green I'm going to go to the very edge and bring that shadow in to the lighter area. I may be explaining this completely wrong, but that's just the way I do it. And then going over it with the lime. Just take a bit of the dark, fill in any white spot in your shadow areas. Like that. Same with here. We've got a lot of shadow down this edge. And then the pure green. I can feel I need a sip of coffee. And then the lime. Just a little bit more of the dark. And a little bit more blending with the lime. Again, going into those shadow areas with the dark green. And pure green. And the lime. Adding a bit of green to the bottom of this bud as well. There we go. And just going to go through, adding that true green, and then the lime. Like that. Alright, so there's our green areas. Now we're going to take yellow. Color should we do the flower? Yellows or blues? Pink? Of course. So we've got two pinks and a blue. I don't remember using pink as a I don't remember saying pink, but we can do pink. I don't remember saying pink. Actually, I was thinking of doing this in the browns, the pink browns. So I think this needs to be a different color. I guess it wouldn't hurt, but yeah, let's do peachy, pinky colors. So we'll start with some cantaloupe, some fuchsia, some hot pink, and some flamingo. So we're going to start with fuchsia. Yeah. Yeah, it's very close. Purple. Too late, Emmy. It's pink. You already said pink. So just sharpening these up. Hello, Tammy. Good day, good day, good day. How was your sleep? Okay. So we're going to start with the fuchsia. Just putting it into those dark edges down here. So this is fuchsia. Now you gotta remember we've got a light source there. So these ones down here are going to be lighter and have that cantaloupe in it for the light source. That's why I grabbed that. So as we get closer, and these areas here will have the color from the building between the petals. So as we get closer, we put our shadows right under the petal, but we don't extend it out very far. Like so. Okay. And then we're going to take our hot pink Aw. Well, at least you get to wake up to me, if that helps. So I'm using the hot pink now, just building that shadow color a little bit. Bringing that nice pink color into the edges of the petals so that when we add the light pink, it'll have a good foundation to blend into. Okay, well, as long as it helps. And then I'm going to lighten it as I come into the light source area. So if you can tell, because of the lights being on, this tells me that this is a night scene. So things will be a little bit darker until we get to a light source area, which will have some glows. Okay, so now we're just going to do very, very lightly, still keeping that color showing, but instead of yet using the light pink in this area as the next color will be the apricot, giving it that yellow tinge from the lantern, that yellowy orange. Okay. So the one clue that gives you an idea that it's a night scene is the fact that this candle is lit. So going off the factor of the candle is lit and the fire in the house is lit because you've got smoke coming out the chimney. There's no grass, so that tells me that there's lights and fires and that going on in the house. So now I'm going to use flamingo. And just lightly coloring and blending all those colors together with the flamingo. Now I'm lifting my pressure off of this pink and just putting down just a touch of it so that when I go over it with the cantaloupe, it has something to blend into. Okay, now I'm going to go over it with cantaloupe. Just very lightly. Getting the candlelight on the petals. Like that. Like so. Now in areas that you feel that there's not quite enough color and not enough pink, you can take your flamingo and just fill that in a little bit. Alright, like so. Then we're going to do this one here. So we're going to take our hot pink and we're actually going to go into the center and come up off the green. And then we're going to take our pink and we're just going to fill that all in. Like that. Now for our center, we're going to take some tangerine. We're going to fill in the dark area here. Go around the edge. Then we're going to take some canary. And just go over top of it. And then we can just take little bits of it in through the center. And there we have our flower. So I'll switch you over to the other camera so you can see what we have done. And I'll zoom you in just a touch. So as you can see, there's a bit of a yellow cream color to that flower. So when this candle area is done, you will be able to see where that light goes all the way around the candle. I'm going to try to extend it out to about the edge of this flower. So everything around this candle is going to have a bit of a glow. Hey, 6 in the morning on a Sunday? Go to bed. All right, guys, I would like to say thank you all very much for joining me. Thank you for choosing the pencils of the week. I am going to have some fun coloring with the Phoenix colors all week. And of course, join me over in Discord if you want to join us over there. We do have some live chat rooms where a lot of people hang out and sit and just talk. They color and they talk. You know, that's pretty much all that we do. They are unfiltered, so there is no PG-13 or anything like that. So be yourself, hang out, and color and chat with us. Until Monday, which we will, of course, be doing Matters Monday. Uh, Thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful day, a fantastic weekend, and I hope next week brings you all the blessings. Until then, remember to be kind to each other, relax, color, and stay safe. Until then, bye bye for now.